All right, so I got that going. Blair, pronounce your last name correctly for me.
Han.
Han. I was gonna guess that, but I don't have my reading glasses on. So. All right, and we're in the Porsche Turbo S.
Yep.
I say the S. Gonna go out for 7 laps. That sound right?
That sounds right.
Perfect. All right, like they talked in the classroom, I'm gonna let you know when to upshift, downshift, and all that good stuff. In the Porsche Turbo S, of course, like all the cars, you can drive it either as an automatic or as a manual transmission. If you want to move that, yeah, just pull it down and
I'm
lock it
trying to
back
decide if I do. I think I want it down just a little. Yeah.
Lock it in there. There you go. In this car, it's almost easier to drive it as an automatic in that when I tell you to shift, if you wait too long, it hits the rev limiter. And unlike most cars, when this car hits the rev limiter, it almost pretty much shuts the motor off for a moment.
Okay.
It doesn't hold it there. It just kills it. But your choice either way. Your job, keep your eyes up. Keep looking where you want to go versus just where you are. Like they told you in that school, if you look in one spot, that's where you're going to go. But if I want to figure out how tight that turn is, how much you need to brake, I need to start scanning my eyes. So I'll remind you of that out there.
All right.
And I'll watch out the mirrors and everything else.
And you're a brave man to be doing this. I sold Porsches in college. And,
I did, yeah.
And it killed me to take people on test drives because they don't, no experience, brand new car, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And back then, they didn't have all that active anti-track control. I know it was only a couple years ago.
Yeah. It's, the 928 just came out.
Oh, yeah.
And it showed up.
I remember that car.
And a guy, one of the salesmen took it out on a test drive, and the customer flipped it with 3 miles on the odometer.
My brother-in-law, my first track cars were Porsches. And I had my brother-in-law come out once, and we did a Porsche club, just an autocross. And had him drive my car. He a week later, he's out of Tennessee, went to Charlotte to a Porsche driving experience. This is in 91 or so. 928 GTS. He was the first one to drive it that day. It had been raining all week. It wasn't raining that day, but coming out of one of the corners on the infield, he got a little widening. He got a outside tire in the grass. It didn't hold. They slid off the track, found a chain link fence. They removed every exterior panel of the car. It was brand new. He was the first and last person to drive that car that day.
Wow.
He had bought a new Porsche Carrera 4 from him. They didn't charge him anything for that, but he said they weren't very happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
I'm restoring an old 914-6 at home right now. So I like Porsches. But anyway.
All right, now you've got traction control off. Is that?
No, that's a tire monitor.
Okay.
So it's saying, hey, I'm not reading tire pressure in this car.
Okay.
We have the sensors out of the car. So you see right down here it says, why isn't this working?
Yep. Okay.
Won't affect us. It's just a warning.
So all the traction control stuff is on?
Everything's on.
Okay.
If it's engaging, we're making a mistake.
Okay.
You're ready?
Fair enough.
Check, see, the steering should be turned all the way left right now. See if you can turn that wheel any more to the left. All right, so one complete turn to the right should straighten the wheel. And when you're ready, automatic or manual, which do you want?
You say do automatic?
Automatic's easier.
Okay.
All right, so foot on the brake, I'll bring it down. And it shows we're in drive there. If you want to go to manual mode, just let me know. I'll push it over. And paddles do turn with the wheel, but we still only want to shift forward straight.
Okay.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and start moving forward. And just like we did in the discovery laps, I'm going to pull up near this wall and pause, slightly aiming to the right here. That'll let me look over to my left a little bit easier. Pull just a little further forward. We are clear, so let's go ahead and turn left. Entering on the left, nice and easy. That'll give you a chance to double check. We are still clear, so Blair, from our turn in, we'll bring it into the apex. Once you're taking your steering out, we'll start unwinding, start squeezing the throttle. Steering wheel straight, let's go fast. Which it does pretty well.
Oh yeah, it does pretty good.
At the 2, we'll start our braking, fairly aggressive braking here. So hard brake. Hard brake. Now start releasing the brake so we can turn in. Just release it versus off it.
Okay.
So we can turn all the way in. Keep a little bit of weight on their front end. Same thing at the 2. We're going to stay over here on the left side. Braking from the outside, turning in. Taking your time, and as we come out of this one, we're going to end up back over to the right to set up for turn 4. Straighten in a little brake, so you can balance in, maintain your speed. down the hill, unwinding, but gonna end up back over on the left. Most aggressive braking on the track, right here, hardest braking. Yeah, we turned in a little bit early.
Okay.
So that's where you want to scan those eyes. I want to make sure I don't turn too soon. That'll allow us to unwind more, we can go faster. Straighten it just a little brake so we can turn in. See that far single green pile on our turn in, straight line to it. Braking straight line, now turning. But you didn't do that braking part.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, don't want to get greedy on me. You go off the track, I'm going to have to fuss it myself. Down here, we're going to brake straight line, braking hard. From the outside, turning in. Take your time. Turn it all the way in. Now unwinding, squeeze, and throttle. There you go. Braking hard, super hard, super hard. Releasing, now we can turn. There you go, nice. Turning. Straighten in a little brake. Going fast is a question of doing it right, not just paddle. So if we get from the outside all the way to this apex, braking, wait for now, turn in all the way in, balance, maintain your speed in. Once you get that apex, now unwinding, this is where we get our speed. Because we're unwinding longer, we get to go faster. Brake just a little bit, turn, straighten, a little throttle, a little brake, straight, brake, turning, steering out, now we get to go fast, Blair. What we carry in, if we can carry it out, we get to go even faster. So I want to make sure I get that apex, that's the key. Braking the slope. Harder. See how tight that turn is? Looking across. Scanning through that corner is going to give you a better idea how much you need to brake. Watch the edge. Braking the slope. Braking the slope. This one's not as banked. It's not as forgiving. And this one, as we come down the hill, is actually off grade. That's why we've got to slow down on top. So we can get in here, down the hill. Now we can go. Braking the slope. Tighter. There you go. All the way in. All the way in. Wait for it. Got on the throttle a bit early there. See how I push those front tires out?
Yep.
It's like driving in the snow or rain. If I get too aggressive, it pushes me out. Straight line. Brake, straight brake. Now releasing the brake, just turn. Not throttle, just turn. Now we can go. Once you take your steering out, we can go. You get on that throttle early, it's going to slide out, but then the computers get too aggressive on us. Brake hard. Releasing, maintain your speed, balance all the way in. Now unwinding, squeezing. That's an off. Careful. If we go off the track, we're supposed to go in, so let's not do that again or I'm going to get in trouble.
All right,
looking across. So what got us in trouble, too aggressive on the throttle. If you can't take your steering out, I can't go faster. It's a physics rule, it's not mine. So that's why I want to be really careful about, I'd rather be a little slow into the corner, so I can be precise to the apex, so I can spend more time accelerating out. Because that's when I get to go faster. It's not important how fast I go in, it's what I can carry out. It's no racing thing. All the way over. Straighten it, brake. See how he's trying to add that brake in the turn?
Yep.
It doesn't like that.
No.
Bad physics. Looking across.
All right.
Let's go. So brake hard. Keep slowing. Now as you start releasing, just maintain your speed, but turning all the way in. All the way in. Now unwinding, squeeze that throttle to unwind out. That's it. That's what we want. Braking hard. From the outside, releasing, turning in, and a little throttle because we're working our way over, but we're not quite straight until we start braking, so we can balance in, maintain our speed. So now we can go fast. For a moment, hardest braking, tightest turn. So it makes sense. I'm going to brake the most there, but we're turning in a little bit early still.
Okay.
So we got into that curve before that apex.
Yep.
That's the clue. That's how I know. Braking, straighten it out. See these two apexes? Clip, straight line to that far turn in. So we can balance, maintain it. Taking our steering out, now giddy up. Now you got it. Keep going. Crazy man brake time, because we're going fast. Releasing the brake, keep turning. Wait for it. Now. Nice. Yeah, braking, I'd brake a little more before I turn. If I started braking a little late, I'd rather go a little long.
Okay.
I can always gather it back up. If I'm fixing a mistake going through, I lost time. And I'm winding down the hill. And that's just, remember, Blair, keep scanning. So braking, how tight's that turn? What do I want to turn from? So it's getting all that information. That's, to me, the hardest single thing to do when I'm driving. Get the information. If I'm braking it slow, and I want exact information. It's not like
that one, I'm not doing very good on that one.
Yeah, that one's a little tough. Got a lot of things going on there. It's all right. We'll figure it out. Braking a little more. Now start releasing. So that's starting to move some weight to the back to balance the car. So now we can squeeze that throttle and accelerate. Nice, perfect. Straighten on the side from the left. Releasing, turning. All the way in. Just a little bit of throttle. So you can give it a little bit of brake. Turned in early though. All the way now down the hill and winding a little bit. All right, we're finishing our 7th lap. So this time, Blair, let's stay over on the left. Slowing down, we're going to exit the track here. Between these white pylons. Yeah, we'll stay on this left side. All right, so where you're having trouble is we're working our way in. You see that turning straight ahead? That single green? If we get to that one, almost straight line to it, we'll turn in. And then those next two apexes, if we straighten those up, and that next turn in, you can accelerate, then brake in a straight line. Then when we get to that turn in, we can start releasing the brake, just balance in. Okay. Clip that apex. As soon as you can take your steering out a little bit, start squeezing the throttle. So when you get to your next couple cars, that's the line you want to be on. Okay. The McLaren is the fastest car on the track, right through the center. But it's the least forgiving. It's not all-wheel drive like this one. It's not as progressive next to the Mercedes. Yep. Not as progressive on the active hand and traction. It tends to slap you upside the head. Okay. But if you're nice and smooth through there, you're going to be able to go a lot quicker down that straight. Thing you want to kind of keep in your brain, not important how fast I go into this turn, it's what I can carry out. So when I'm driving, I'd rather be a little slow going in, so I can be a little more precise to that apex. That gives me more room to unwind, and if I'm unwinding, I'm accelerating longer without those computers being involved, without them slowing me down. Right. And
I've felt them a few times coming down.
Yeah, and the key, and then is just keeping your eyes and just literally scanning. Almost like a radar screen. Okay, where there's that, great. Where's this? That's where I want to go in the future, but I got to get here first. Keep scanning them. Well done. Well done. You'll have fun out there. Just take your time, build your pace up. Go ahead and pull that key out.
You're not following me to the next car?
Probably not. I think I get to train some instructors next. I'm going to get your video card out. I'll hand it to you when I get out there.